Hey Barbara, have you gotten home safely? Thanks for a great dinner together. I had so much fun. What about you?
Dinner was great. Thanks for inviting me. It was really nice of you.
Hey Barbara, I gotta say, it's pretty wild how much we've got in common. Honestly, we're like two peas in a pod. We share the same interests, hobbies, favorite dishes, and even have the same star sign. It's like we're some kind of legendary twin flames or something. Can you believe it? It's crazy how two total strangers can be so alike.
I must admit, it was difficult for me to believe as well. What's even more astounding is that we only randomly bumped into each other 2 months ago.
Our meeting was seriously hilarious, almost like a comedy sketch. You were all clumsy and managed to splash coffee all over my fresh out of the box $1,000 white shirt. Can you believe it? That thing's ruined now, no way it's getting clean again. I mean, let's be real. It was a pretty pricey shirt, can't deny that. It still hurts a bit, but hey, I'll let it slide cause you're kinda cute. Hahaha, just messing with you, no hard feelings.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I truly appreciate your kindness, but if that ruined shirt is still bothering you, I'm more than willing to reimburse you with the exact amount so you can purchase a replacement. It's not a big deal at all, really.
No. Don't even think about it. I was just messing with you. No need to take it seriously. I would never let my girlfriend pay for my shirt. Come on. You know me better than that, right? Seriously, do you think I'm some kind of broke beggar who would cry over a few $1,000? Nah, not me. Money's the least of my worries, so don't sweat it. You just keep that pretty little head of yours relaxed.
Oh, alrighty then. Thanks for being so generous. I appreciate it. I just want to make sure we're on the same page and there are no misunderstandings between us.
You know what gets me pumped? The fact that we both work in the food industry. That means we can totally share some awesome tips and tricks from our own experiences. And hey, it's one more thing we have in common. It's crazy how alike we are when you really think about it.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty cool, actually.
Hey, did I ever mention my family's business to you? My family actually owns a popular French restaurant. We've achieved great success, operating several outlets in and around New York City. The business is still going strong, and it won't be long before my old man hangs up his apron so I can take over the entire restaurant. Exciting stuff, right?
Oh yeah, I've definitely heard about your family's restaurant. It's known for its distinctive decor and the exceptional quality of the dishes they serve. It's admirable that your family can successfully manage such a large-scale restaurant with such smooth operations. I can only imagine the tremendous amount of hard work that goes into it.
Well, it's not a big deal, honestly. I can handle it without breaking a sweat, you know? It's like I've got this natural-born leadership thing going on. Running a restaurant feels like a piece of cake to me. I could do it blindfolded or something.
Oh, cool. By the way, I heard that you have an adopted brother, right? I was just wondering if he's also part of the family business in any way.
My adopted bro? You're talking about Daryl? How do you know about him?
Do you recall what happened? Daryl approached us and exchanged greetings while we were enjoying our meal at your family's restaurant. He mentioned that he's your adopted brother.
Oh, that guy. Nah, I don't remember Daryl coming up to us. Honestly, I wasn't really paying attention. He works at my family's restaurant, but he's kinda insignificant, you know? Anyway, what did he say to you?
Well, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary, really. He simply greeted me, introduced himself, and asked if I was enjoying the food. Daryl actually came across as a friendly and down-to-earth person, don't you think?
Whoa, hold up. How can you just assume stuff like that? You barely even know the guy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was just saying what's on my mind, you know?
I'm telling you, Daryl isn't all that he seems. Don't let his looks and phony smiles deceive you. I hate to break it to you, but you can be a bit too trusting sometimes. Oh, and just a heads up, if you swing by my family's restaurant again, it's probably best to steer clear of Daryl entirely.
Right, if you say so. I don't know about him, so I guess it makes sense to take your word for it.
Awesome, consider it settled. Oh, and just a friendly reminder, please avoid chatting it up with Daryl in any way next time. Serious talk here. If I catch you doing that, whether it's texting or talking face to face, I'll be super duper upset. You wouldn't want to see me sad, right? I'm your boyfriend after all. And hey, if the mood strikes me, I might just pop the question and make you my forever girl, so you better stay on your toes, girl.
Oh, Are you serious about that?
Of course not. I was just messing with you, but hey, let's see how things go. I've got my own set of standards, you know? Anyway, now that you're all caught up on my family and everything, when do you think you can give me the grand tour of your parents' restaurant?
Well, it's not like a fancy restaurant or anything. My parents actually run a pizza shop, you know? If you're up for it, feel free to drop by anytime you want. No biggie.
Oh, a pizza shop? Really? Is it big or small?
It's not particularly spacious, to be honest. It's a small and cozy pizza shop, but it manages to draw in a considerable crowd from the local area. I'm sure that once you see it, you'll really enjoy the place.
Alright, we'll find out soon enough. Haha. I'll hit you up and give you the heads up when I can come by. Cool?
That's awesome. I'll make sure to let my parents know that you're coming by for their pizza shop. They'll make something delicious just for you when you visit. It's gonna be a treat.
That's settled then. I'm excited about meeting your parents and learning more about your family's business. It's gonna be a great experience.
Is this Barbara's phone number? It's Luke, Malcolm's dad, and I need to have a serious talk with you right freaking now. Get back to me ASAP.
Luke, what the hell are you up to? Causing a scene at my parents' pizza shop like that? How did you even find out where their place is? I don't remember ever telling Malcolm about it.
Oh, trust me, it was a piece of cake. It only took me a couple of hours to gather all the deets about you and your parents. Remember, I've got some cash to throw around, and you know what they say, money talks. I just had to flash some bills and dig up all there is to know about your family. Easy peasy.
Why on earth did you show up at my parents' pizza shop? I don't recall ever inviting you or giving you the green light to swing by. What's the story behind this, seriously?
Why do I even need your invitation, huh? You're hanging out with my boy, aren't you? So it's only natural for a concerned dad like me to dig into my son's girlfriend. After all, when it comes down to it, I'm the one who gets to decide who Malcolm's gonna end up marrying. Capiche?
You know, I just don't understand why you felt the need to dig into my life like that. Do you think you're some kind of detective or what? I get it. You're Malcolm's dad and all, but that doesn't give you the right to pry into my personal life or my parents' business. And what you did at the pizza shop was downright awful.
Wow, what a pathetic joke you are. Seriously? Do you actually think you're anywhere close to my son? Look at yourself. Your aura screams total loser. And don't even get me started on that dump your parents call a pizza shop. It's old, dirty, and a total disappointment, just like them. In fact, I got food poisoning from the filthy and unhygienic crap they served me. You better believe I'm sending you the medical bill, and you're gonna pay every penny.
What on earth are you blabbering about? You didn't even take a single bite of the delicious dishes my parents prepared for you. Instead, you had the audacity to toss all the food they served you onto the ground? Do you even have a clue about the amount of effort my parents put into making those pizzas? Despite you showing up unannounced, they took the time to create quality food just for you. Have some respect for their hard work, seriously.
Quality food? Give me a break. I bet those pizzas of yours probably tasted like cardboard. I would never lower myself to the point of putting those disgusting things in my mouth. Get real.
Are you living in some alternate reality or what? You waltzed into my parents' pizza shop, acting all superior and treating the staff like you were beneath you. You were like, "Hey waiter, what's with the snail pace? Got some bathroom issues? Should I kick your butt to speed things up?" It was just plain rude, no two ways about it.
Oh, what's the big deal? I was just generously offering my oh-so-constructive comments to help your parents step up their game in that pitiful excuse for a pizza shop. Let's face it, their service is beyond pathetic. Come on, which half-decent restaurant makes their customers wait forever for their food? It's a complete joke. Do me a favor and tell your parents to shut down their shop already. They might as well demolish the whole thing because they're just embarrassing themselves by keeping it open.
Is your patience made of paper or what? You didn't even give them a chance to do anything. Making food takes time, you know. You run a restaurant yourself. You should know things like this, the back of your hand.
How dare you even think of comparing my world-renowned 5-star restaurant to your parents' pathetic pizza shop? It's like comparing chalk and cheese. Just take a look at that slumdog joint of theirs. I wouldn't be surprised if they only serve food for homeless losers or something. It's an absolute disgrace.
Luke, what's your deal? Cut the chase and get to the point already. No need for all the beating around the bush.
Is it seriously rocket science for you to understand? Or are you just so incredibly dim-witted that basic human logic escapes your feeble mind? Wow, you're truly a shining example of intelligence, just like a box of rocks. Let me ask you this. Is it just you, or are all poor people as brainless as you?
Hey, what's with all the insults, Luke? You're being incredibly rude. It wouldn't hurt to say something decent once in a while, you know?
What I'm trying to say is, you're just not up to par for my son. Your family doesn't even come close to our social status. So, let me make it crystal clear. Know your place and keep your distance from Malcolm. You know damn well there's no future for you two. Girls like you are nothing but a burden, dragging everyone around you down.
What? Since when did you get the authority to decide whether I can be with your son or not? Malcolm is a grown man. In case you forgot, he's perfectly capable of making his own decisions. Plus, let's get real here. We're not about to marry or get engaged tomorrow or anything. Right now, we're just a couple, taking things one step at a time. We're still in the early stages of getting to know each other, you know?
Hold on a second. Did I just hear you correctly? Now you have the audacity to bring up engagement and marriage? Unbelievable. Should I smack your delusional head with an iron skillet to knock some sense into you? There's absolutely no way I'll ever agree to let you marry my son. Malcolm is a talented and exceptional young man who deserves to marry into a far superior family than yours. Let me ask you something. If my son ever married you, you'd probably brainwash him and turn him into a low-life waiter or a lackey for your family's pathetic pizza shop, right? No chance in hell am I going to let that happen. Stay the hell away from my son, you parasite! If you don't comply, I'll have no qualms calling the cops to slap a restraining order on you.
Look, I have zero interest in continuing this conversation with you. I'll just go ahead and talk to Malcolm directly about all of this.
Oh please, go ahead and ask my son. All you're gonna get is a big fat disappointment. He's my son and he'll obviously listen to me, his own father. So feel free to waste your time talking to him. But let me assure you, it won't change a damn thing.
Malcolm, are you there? You won't believe what just happened.
Well, I sort of have an idea of what might have happened, but go ahead and tell me anyway.
Knew what happened?
It's about my dad, right?
Oh, it's your dad, all right. I have no idea how he pulled it off, but somehow he got a hold of the address to my parents' pizza shop. He showed up and caused a major scene there. He insulted the staff, acting all high and mighty, and even had the audacity to toss the food on the floor. And that's not even the worst part. He started spewing rude remarks at my mom when she was just trying to explain how the pizza shop operates. He straight up told her that the place is as old and shabby as she is. Can you believe that?
Well, honestly, I'm at a loss for words. He didn't even bother telling me that he had plans to visit your family's pizza shop. He went ahead and gathered information about your family and just decided to show up on his own. I gotta admit, I was completely caught off guard by his actions.
After that, he had the nerve to say nasty things about me and told me to stay away from you as much as possible. He even threatened to get a restraining order if I don't comply. What's up with that? Do you think my parents and I deserve an apology for all the insane antics your father pulled at our restaurant?
Well, I guess he does have a point in what he said though.
Huh? What did you just say?
So I was just saying that my dad actually made a good point, you know? When I really think about it, it's pretty clear that there's no real future for us, right? I mean, just look at me. I'm ridiculously wealthy and about to inherit my family's super famous French restaurant. That's why I gotta find a wife who's on the same social level as me, you feel me?
Oh, I see how it is now. You're just like your close-minded father.
What? No way. You can't diss my dad like that. He's my father, and he's got all the wisdom. Unlike my meek and useless mom, my dad always knows how to be strong when it counts, you know? He's the guy I admire and aspire to be like, my ultimate role model.
Seriously? You actually want to become all aggressive and bossy like your dad? Man, something seriously messed up with your moral compass, I gotta say.
It's you who needs a serious reality check, Barbara. Tell me, what's your real deal? Why did you come up to me in the first place? I'm pretty sure that coffee spill wasn't just some random accident, right? You had your sights on me, like I was your prey, and you pulled off that stunt just to trap me, didn't you?
What? What trap? I don't get it, Malcolm. It's liking you make it out like I had some master plan to make you my boyfriend or whatever. Seriously? That's not the case at all. The whole thing that went down was just a huge coincidence. Believe me.
Nah, there's no way I'm buying into the crap you're trying to sell. And all those stories about our similarities? I bet they're just a bunch of weak lies too, huh? You know what? I had a gut feeling right from the start that something was fishy about you. I mean, how could two total strangers randomly crossing paths one day have so much in common, right? I'm guessing you probably did some undercover investigation on me, gathering info just so you could come up with those fake answers that made it seem like we're destined or some nonsense, am I right?
What? Slow your roll, Malcolm. I think you're going a bit overboard with this.
Wow, look at you, pulling off such a pathetic move. How many poor saps have fallen for your tricks before me, huh? Oh, I see right through you now. You were just plotting to leech off of my family's famous French restaurant to give your parents' pathetic little pizza joint some undeserved attention, am I right? You're a conniving piece of work, aren't you? Can't believe you're so damn skilled at playing mind games and deceiving people.
What are you talking about, Malcolm? You've been throwing around all these ridiculous claims and accusations without any proof. Listen up. Everything I've told you is completely true. No lies or exaggerations. But of course, it's totally your call whether you want to believe it or not.
Hey, listen. I'm done with all the lies. Let's just call it quits here, right now. I can't be with someone as deceitful as you. It's over between us. I seriously wish I never met you.
Well, if you're really going to stick with your dad and break up with me, then I guess I don't have any reason to cling on to this relationship. But here's a heads up. Everything we do has consequences. Your old man messed with my family. He's got to face the music for what he's done. Trust me, the day of reckoning will arrive sooner than you can even imagine.
Oh, look at you with your empty threats. Do you honestly believe they're gonna frighten anyone, let alone a fly? My old man did what he had to do to protect me from a despicable woman like you, and I'm damn grateful for it. Let me enlighten you, sweetheart. Nothing bad ever happens to me or my family because we're filthy rich. In case you haven't noticed, rich folks have this magical power to dodge all misfortune that comes their way. We're practically untouchable, so your feeble attempts to bring us down are nothing but a pathetic waste of time. Barbara, are you there? Can we talk?
Pardon me, but who am I talking to?
It's me, Malcolm. Don't tell me that you've already forgotten your one and only boyfriend.
Malcolm, what are you texting me all of a sudden? Something wrong? And for the record, you're not my boyfriend anymore. You're my ex-boyfriend. And of course, you're not my only ex-boyfriend either. I've had a fair share of boyfriends before you, you know.
What? So you're saying that I wasn't your first boyfriend? Wow. I didn't know that you're such a filthy woman. Anyways, that's not the point. I'm texting you because I have something to talk to you about.
What is it then?
Some seriously crappy stuff went down in my family and it's got me feeling super down. I don't have anyone to vent to at the moment and I could really use your support by my side.
And what exactly are these crappy stuff?
Well, first of all, do you remember Daryl, my adopted brother? He suddenly quit working at the restaurant, and then the employees who admired Daryl also quit.
Oh, yeah? I heard about it.
No way. You actually heard about it? Who spilled the beans? Did Daryl blabber it all himself? I clearly told you to steer clear of him, and now you're being a total backstabber.
Wow. You really are a control freak, aren't you?
Anyway, forget about it. Here's something even more insane. Guess what? Some fancy pants company swooped in and claimed they've taken over my family's restaurant. Can you freaking believe it?
Oh yeah, it's actually the company owned by my mom's side of the family. Talk about a shocker, right?
Huh? The company from your mom's side of the family? What's that about? Wasn't your mom the one running that rundown pizza shop?
Well, it's nothing like that. In fact, running a pizza shop was merely my parents' hobby. You see, my mom's family owns a group of restaurants. Have you ever heard about culinary collective enterprises?
Wait, what? Culinary collective enterprises? That's like one of the top dogs in the industry.
That's right. Your family's restaurants were no match for the size of our company. You see, a few years ago, my father collapsed from overworking. Doctors suggested he should do something he enjoyed for his recovery. That's why my mother and I reopened this pizza shop my late grandfather used to run as a hobby. In other words, they just went undercover by running a pizza shop. My parents were actually overseeing their work while running the pizza shop.
What? How could it even be possible? You're kidding me?
Well, believe it or not, but under my mother's direction, our company had taken over your family's restaurant. Based on your and your father's behavior, my parents have judged that both lack the abilities to manage a business. The employees have also voiced their concerns with your management skills, so they demand your resignation.
You're kicking me and my father out of our own restaurant?
I haven't done anything yet. Look, my mother has also decided to leave the management of the French restaurant to your mother and your adopted brother.
But you can't do that to us without our approval.
Oh, and in case you haven't heard about it, Daryl also told me that he's going to strip you and your father of all your managerial authority. But instead of kicking you and your father out, your mother decided to keep you as low-level workers.
But why? Why did my own mother and brother betray me and my dad like this?
Oh, so now you're asking that? Did it ever occur to you to take a moment and think about how you and your father treated them like they were worthless? They've had it up to here with your nonsense, and now they're all about payback. Get ready to work under your brother and mother, Malcolm, and trust me, they aren't going to go easy on you. No way.
No, Barbara, you can't do this to me and my dad. Give me back my family's restaurant, please. Look, we messed up, okay? Just give us a second chance to fix all of this. I promise I'll treat you, my mother, and Daryl better. Barbara, are you there? Please, answer me.
Working under Daryl was a humiliating experience for Malcolm, and it made him break down in tears like a child. Luke couldn't hold back his anger and called Daryl ungrateful, but it was too late. Despite owing Daryl a debt of gratitude, he held a grudge 1,000,000 times stronger. Needless to say, angering my parents, especially my dad, spelled the end of their good fortune. My father is fiercely loyal to my mother, a man who would go to great lengths to bring down anyone who dared insult his beloved wife, all while wearing a smile. Afterward, Luke and Malcolm vanished. Having received some severance pay, they used that money to start a new business, which unfortunately ended in failure. Interestingly enough, it was Luke's parents who expanded the French restaurant, as Luke himself lacked the skills to grow his own business. Now, Luke's wife and Daryl are managing the French restaurant that was entrusted to them. They've proven to be exceptional managers, earning the trust of their employees. As for me, I expressed my desire to continue working at the pizza restaurant for a little longer, much to the delight of my parents. So, I stayed in the food service industry, working alongside colleagues I had known for quite some time.